What's up, guys? Charles Schmabe here. First off, let me just say that thank you guys so much for all the love you've showed, all the subscribers, all the likes, all the comments, everything that's gone into everything over the past couple of years and recently. We're over 6,000 subscribers. It's awesome. I never thought it would get this far, so thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Now, to the topic. Who else is just sick of these presidential debates, of these town hall meetings, and can't wait for this election to be over? And before I get into it, and I tend to knock Trump a lot because I'm not a Trump fan, but I find that Trump supporters take it to heart when I knock Trump, like the girl that was on my page, and she's like, oh, ooh, gross, unsubscribe, you talk bad about Trump, ooh, gross. Whatever, I don't care. I don't care. If you don't like what I have to say, it's fine. Don't subscribe to me. Unsubscribe, hate me, I don't care. I don't know you. I don't care. If I did know you, I don't care. Whatever. But people, yeah, I'm probably going to talk some trash about Trump throughout this, and Biden as well. But here's the thing, like, I'm not really a political person. Am I a Trump supporter? Absolutely not. Am I a Biden supporter? Not really. I'll vote for Biden? Yeah, of course, but do I want to? No. I mean, in the end of this, like, there is no real winner here. We all lose as a country, but it's just like you want to get stabbed or you want to get shot. Well, I'll pick the better of the two. But these it's embarrassing. Everything's about it's embarrassing. You have people talking over each other and not answering the questions. And at the end of the day, it's like these candidates are applying for a job. Really, it's a job interview. That's what these whole things are. It's a job interview. They're applying for a job. That's the whole point of these, right? And I can't imagine going to a job interview and answering the questions the way that they do, because they don't. That's the whole thing. They don't. So if you're like in an interview and they're like, we see you're applying for this sales job today, Mr. Yamabe, and we want to know what your sales were last year at your previous job. And if I was a candidate, I would just lie and be like, well, $17 million. I had $17 million in sales last year. Really, 17 million? Well, it was closer to 18 million, really. I mean, I feel like I'm doing the best job ever as the best sales rep I've ever had, and I feel like, I will just do amazing. And, the $19 million I had last year was very impressive even to myself. It's like they just don't tell the truth. They just blatantly lie. And it's like, the thing is, there's no fact checkers, so we don't know. So, like, unless you're, like, following this every single day and reading every day and, have all the facts in front of you, you're not going to know. So it's like, if they're lying and saying that something sounds amazing, how do you know? You don't. It's either that or they go to the other opposite of it. They're asked a question, and it's the same thing if you're being interviewed. If you pulled this crap, you wouldn't get the job. You wouldn't even be qualified. You wouldn't be accepted. You wouldn't even be thought of a second thought. It's just like, no way. But the other thing is, it's like, oh, okay, Mr. Yamabe, please tell us why you're qualified for this job. And if I answer like a politician, I would be like, let me tell you why I'm qualified for this. Those people out there that are also applying for this job are not qualified because they're liars and they're lazy and they're horrible and I feel like they're going to steal from you. That's why I'm qualified. That's not an answer. That's actually completely off topic. You're just telling me why they're not qualified. You didn't say any reason for why you yourself are qualified. It's completely and utterly ridiculous, the amount of ineptitude that we have for presidents right now, and it sucks because people will say if you vote third party, then it's a throwaway vote. And quite honestly, they're right. Part of it's because of the Electoral College, and part of it's because we go Democrat Republican. It's just people have the most money and the most invested in it, and that's it. And so it's the whole thing's a joke, really. I mean, the Electoral College itself is outdated and just completely ridiculous and stupid, to be frank. And I know some people out there are going to argue with me on this, and please do. I love when people argue with me. I love hearing other people's comments and their thoughts on this. But it's like, for this. I mean, here's how I see it. Right? It's just dumb. It's dumb. It's because they say, okay, well, it's giving everyone a vote. Well, everyone votes gets a vote. Like, there's no reason that, oh, well, it's a smaller state and they have a smaller population, so they should be just as qualified as everyone else. They are just as qualified. But by voting through a popular vote, everyone gets a vote. Literally, the popular vote, everybody gets a vote. It shouldn't be based on to state and state and state and state. That just makes no sense. And anything else you do in life, anything else, it's a popular vote. It's always a popular vote. Every single thing you do, through being voted for prom king or class president, really anything, a jury, it's always the popular vote. It's a majority, right? It's not like oh well, this person should have more because they're short. This person's short, so we should give them 2 votes or 3 votes. They should be just as powerful as everyone else. It doesn't. It's not that it doesn't make any sense. It's a popular vote. That's what really matters because it's the way it's set up right now. You have certain places, Washington D.C., Puerto Rico, places like that they don't even get a vote. They don't get it. They don't even get a vote. And so you're going to go with this outdated system. It just makes no sense. Everyone's vote counts, so everyone gets a vote. It just, I don't know. I don't get it. But yeah, I can't wait for this election cycle to be over. However, at the same time, I don't think the madness is going to end then. I mean, if Trump wins, then you have Trump and all the supporters gloating for the next 4 years, and even probably after that saying, give another term. And if Trump loses, then you're going to have the QAnon supporters out there saying it's a conspiracy, and the mail-in ballots, and this and that, and fraud, and who knows, the crazy people with their guns walking around trying to, support law and shooting people, whatever. It's just, I really feel like no matter what happens, there are no winners in this. Like, our country is so flawed and screwed, and a lot of it's social media's problem. I feel like, I'm not going to say like, oh, it's all Trump's fault, because it's not all Trump's fault. Has he definitely promoted a lot of stuff, and has he pushed it, and has he given them power? Absolutely he has. Of course he has. But also so is social media. Social media, internet is just as guilty, because there's a lady I got argument with on Facebook, and quite honestly, I get into arguments with a lot of people on Facebook. If you follow me on Facebook, I wouldn't even bother, because a lot of times I'll just argue with people just because, not because it's just something to do, but I feel like I'm right also, but I get bored. And so there's a lady that I've known for years. I'm not friends with her, we're acquaintances, but she'll argue these weird QAnon facts, and she'll, the worst thing is they post memes. Like, there's so much willful ignorance out there, and in any time in our history, there's never been this much willful ignorance, I don't think. It's just that I feel like it's weird because throughout history, you have societies and cultures that have based their culture or society around science or the arts, and like ours right now in our time, it's willful ignorance, because someone will post a meme like this lady, and she'll post a meme, and it's like, Charles Mabe was voted the King Emperor of the world in 1920. And people will just take that and they'll just run with it. Oh, this is true. Look at this fact I found. It's not a fact. It's a meme. It's literally anyone can make one. And it's oh man, this whole thing, I cannot wait until this is all over. And I'm just as upset and nervous about what's going to happen afterwards. And I'm sure it's going to be for years. I mean, God, for God's sakes, Trump was still saying, but Hillary, I mean, just up until a couple of days ago, so it's not going to end anytime soon, but it's this country, man. We've been looking at houses in Costa Rica, so, I mean, not like I'm crazy, I'm going to leave this country, but literally we would leave the country, not because of any particular reason that Trump wins, of course, because Trump wins, but it's just this, I'd like to get away for a couple of years, let's go live in another country and just enjoy it. And I know some people will say, well, if you think our country's so bad, go live in one of those other countries, like like those other horrible countries where the government dictates everything, yada yada yada. There are no great countries except for Canada and Sweden, Australia and New Zealand. Oh, those countries, but not those. We're talking about the other countries, right? Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'm ranting and raving at this point, but it's just, it's a lot to handle and take in right now. I'll tell you, it's something. So let me know what your thoughts are, guys. That's all I got. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. And for always, you can reach me at charlesjamabe@gmail. Charles Jamabe Instagram, Charles Jamabe TikTok, Charles Jamabe everything, because that's my name and that's what I use, and no one else apparently has that name, so it worked out really well. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing once again, and I will talk to you later. Bye.